Just give me a moment, please. Thank you.
It is always a great joy to come to share with you in this particular manner, for it gives us an opportunity to express ourselves to you in a slightly different way. You perhaps have all come to realize that there are many, many ways in which spirit can make contact, and the more versatile opportunities that we have, we can vary these. So it is that we gather together to share in this manner. I do not speak simply of my own words, for there are many gathered here, and we unite together with like minds and give forth the words as we see fit, that which we want very much to convey to you. Times of troubles of life that you have, that we want you to all know that we truly understand these difficulties. Do not ever feel that you are entirely alone. You may feel that within your heart, you may feel it in your mind, your body, your soul, but it is not so. It is simply that you have brought about a barrier between those that gather close to you, and not allowing the sensitivity of your own senses to absorb the company that is close to you. We do not come because we inquire as to your troubles, that we are of an inquisitive nature and curious to know what is going on in your life. That is not our intention. We come simply to nurture, to comfort, to give courage and strength to those that are swayed by earthly happenings of life. It is not an easy task to walk the earth plane, and we fully realize this. And why is that, of course? It is simply because we have, at one time or another, we have walked the earth plane ourselves, and many of us have walked it many, many times. So we are not without experience. It would hardly be fair to feel that we come when you are having difficulties and have no real notion of your experience. You must surely all understand that experiences are necessary. They are even necessary from one to another in your own lives. For you can have so many happenings, so many difficulties, so many troubles and sorrows. But it would not be a full understanding upon the part of yourselves and upon
that which you give forth to others, for you cannot really know exactly what is happening to another if you do not have some form of sensation going through your heart, going through your mind, your body, your soul. If you do not have experiences, and it would be pointless, absolutely pointless to come into this world and not have variation. Just imagine if every day were the same. Flowers, good eating, a joy of life every single day. You may say, I would love my life to be like that. But it cannot be so, because you would learn very little, if anything at all, and you would not even appreciate that which was going on. For you must have the darker days to appreciate the sunshine, and you know this with every day of your life, that you look out, perhaps some rain day after day, and you look through your window and you say, not another grey day, not another rainy day again. Now, if you did not have that, and you had sunshine, you would not even bother to look at the sunshine. You would have no variation and nothing to compare. The joy of life can be very easily granted to you, to allow you to experience, almost like a fashion of life, for changes stimulate the inner self, stimulate the everyday mind of thinking, stimulate your words, your expressions. Is it not true?
But sometimes you find yourself using words. You have them in your vocabulary, no doubt, but you hear another person using a particular word, and it rather attracts you. It almost becomes the fashion. A few words, a line of words here and there, and you find that everybody is using them under certain circumstances, and so changes come about. Life is all changes. Life is a complete change. So we would say to you, do not nestle quietly in your own compartments and only feel the security that is within you, that you do not want to be troubled by variations. You want to feel that you are bound in a particular way, a comfort area that suits your way of thinking, your behavior. It doesn't do for any of you to become settled, as it were, in situations of life, because they will surely change. And the more you feel bound to them, the more you feel that they are you and expressing you, the more difficult it is to suddenly find that things are not the way they used to be. They can change quite rapidly, overnight, as it were. And things, happenings of life, are suddenly turned right upside down, and you hardly know which way to turn. Try in your mind, dear ones, try in your mind to have the thought that you love that which is happening this very day and now. And let it be so every morning that you wake, and every night when you rest in sleep. That it is a wondrous way to be. Yet the morrow might bring a change, and you welcome that also. You do not feel disgruntled. For when you start to have these sorts of expressions coming up within yourself, you are discontent. And when you become discontent, you are most definitely separated from the wondrous light that is within you. And when you are separated, life becomes full of havoc, full of turmoil. It does not flow peaceably. It does not unfold with joy and contentment each day. For you have drawn away from that central spark of divinity within you. It is almost like driving some sort of vehicle without the true driver of that vehicle. Can you imagine a vehicle that you would understand in the physical, material way, having people sitting in that vehicle, leaning over, trying to steer the vehicle? Some say this way, that way. Some are trying to turn the wheel to take it in a certain direction. And others are unhappy with that plan and attempt. But when you have a qualified driver, that you can sit back and enjoy the scenery and know that the one in command is driving you to your destination, then you can feel confident and at ease. It is something the same with your own being. Your own bodies are a vehicle, and you are within them for this lifetime. You are traveling within your own vehicle. So surely it makes full sense to have the master of yourself steering your vehicle on a lighted path so that you can reap the great benefits of traveling through life in this manner. Sometimes it can help a great deal to give insights in this sort of manner, so that you can ask yourself in the future, who is in charge of my vehicle? Am I letting all those people around me that have their own disturbances and their own trials and difficulties, am I letting them put a hand towards my own vehicle and interrupt my thoughts, interrupt my words, my activities, and my general sense of well-being? Am I letting them upset this? Am I giving them access to my own emotions? Or am I truly in charge? I say to you, dear ones, be in charge of your own construction and be under your own instruction. Your own vehicle belongs to you, no other. The attributes and the expressions of feelings and thoughts and emotions, they are entirely your own. So do not allow another to stand on your running board and peer through your window and pull faces at you and make remarks and trouble you in your journey of life. For that which you have been blessed with, that which you are given to your own glory, that you may use it for the greater things of life. Rejoice in all that you are. Do not frown at yourself. For if you are frowning at yourself, it is your own behavior, your own response to others that you are frowning at. And therefore you are surely frowning at them, for they you consider are the source of your discomforts. This too has a ripple effect. Much is talked about the ripple effect. And it is always talked about in a beautiful way, talking of the light and the love. But it is not truly revealed very often that when you are behaving or expressing more of the darker shading of yourself, still there is this ripple effect. Now you would not want to even contemplate that in its fullness, because surely you much prefer to express and enjoy and allow the beauty of the great ripple of light, of love, to be spreading from one to another. But if you can do it one way, when things are not well with yourself, and you have become separated from the divinity within you, then you are surely having an adverse effect to those around you, those afar perhaps that you do not even know. For such is the ripple effect. So we say to you, dear ones, try to bear this in mind.
Try to see that which is at hand in your life. Examine yourselves from time to time, the expression of being true to yourself. That is what is taking place when people are true to themselves. They look at themselves, they see, I have a defect here. I need to do a little something about that so I no longer have that. They do not, as many do, they turn to justify their own feelings and their own expression. And so they do not truly look at themselves, but to examine yourself in all honesty. Just think, you do not have to get up on a platform and announce it to lots of people. You are simply discussing it within yourself, your higher self, your God within, your flame, your love, however you understand it to be. And that part of you is totally and utterly understanding of all things, and will not condemn or put you down or blame, for it is purely love, and love is love. It cannot be otherwise. For if it branches into another direction, it is no longer love. And you all have this beautiful love inside you, We say to you, dear ones, let yourself be whom you truly are. Do not take concern of others' glances, suggestions, their words, or even their deeds, for that is their concern. Do not jump upon the same vibration that they are expressing. Retain your beautiful high vibration of love. For if you allow yourself to venture onto another vibration of another, disturbing, you will also be disturbed. And you will suffer. So it is of vital necessity, really, to look at yourselves with honesty. Yes, of course, you can say there are many, many good things that I do. But it is not that you are looking for in yourself. You need to just look for that which you might consider a little flaw or a large one. They can all be remedied. Take heed, dear ones, that you may walk your path
with a great deal of love, that it may enhance your life and bring about a tranquility within you, a serenity. The more you practice, the stronger you become. Do not get caught up in the nets of the fishing of others. Be your own master. Come with great love to each one of you, that you may feel this love that we bring. Let your ripples be of love. Your light be of love. For your existence, your eternal existence is of light. Live it, dear ones. Live it truly. May blessings be upon you all.